WOA Fairy Tales.
A werewolf is a legendary creature with keen senses and extraordinary strength. Have you ever wondered about its origin? Let's learn the legend of werewolves with WOA Fairy Tales in today's story. In a certain village, there lived a talented hunter named Zack. Zack has a close friend named Lycan. Although his family was wealthy, he was very stingy. Both of them fell in love with a girl named Jen. Both men promised to compete fairly and bless whoever can win the girl's love. Hey, don't break your promise! Sure. Facing two people, one is Zack, a poor but an honest and hardworking person, while the other is Lycan, who is well off but really mean. It was not difficult for Jen to decide to choose Zack as her lifelong future confidant. Knowing that Jen chose to come to Zack, Lycan did not accept his defeat, so he came up with a plan. He crept into the forest to find the house of the White Witch, who was famous for her strange potions and dedicated to helping the poor. Madam, recently my family's goats have been eaten by the wolves. I need something that can lure them out to catch. If this keeps happening, I'm afraid they won't last long. Please help us. The witch heard that, pondered for a moment, and then gave Lycan a small jar.
Take this jar, bury it in the ground, and then open the lid. The liquid inside will attract the wolves to come close. Remember, be careful when using it. If you touch the liquid, you must turn into a monster.
Thank you so much. Lycan received the jar, brought it home with a sinister smile. Knowing that Jen was about to meet her boyfriend on the night of the full moon, Lycan secretly buried the jar outside of Zack's house and opened the lid to let the scent fly away. Right that full moon night, Zack met Jen, but before he could start the conversation, a pack of wolves appeared. Zack wanted to take Jen to escape, but the wolves were too many. He could only use his body to block the way for her to run for help. Not long after, Lycan brought people to help according to his plan to save the beauty. But when he got there, Lycan found that Zack had already defeated half of the wild wolves. Otherwise, Jen was nowhere to be seen. Thinking that the girl has been eaten by the wolves, Lycan became upset. He cursed while digging the jar. It's all your fault, Zack. You failed to protect Jen. In a fit of rage, he picked up the jar and poured the liquid at Zack. The stench from the jar splashed on the hunter. Zack, you useless! You're the one who deserves to die, not Jen! Seeing this, the wolves immediately stopped attacking Zack and backed away. Zack was startled and fell to the ground in pain, involuntarily looking up at the moon. The hair on his body began to grow thicker. His face was also long, like a wild animal. Zack felt that his body was hot like fire, as if he couldn't hold back his humanity anymore. All the servants were terrified and ran away. They left Lycan alone with the beast. You monster! Hearing the scream, Zack suddenly regained consciousness for a moment and realized that he was no longer human. What's going on? Lycan, what? The feeling of bloodlust began to rise in Zack's mind again. Go away, you monster! Don't come near me! At this moment, Jen had returned with the young men in the village. Monster!
Is it a wolf?
Man-wolf! Werewolves! While still keeping a clear mind, Zack quickly ran into the forest. He was afraid that these sharp claws would cause harm to others. Seeing Lycan sitting on the ground, Jen approached and asked,
Lycan, are you okay?
Jen, you're okay. Okay.
Where's Zack? I don't see him. And what about that monster? That monster just appeared and ate Zack. That monster? How's that?
It really is, believe me.
No way! Why is that monster wearing Zack's necklace? This is bound to be a mystery.
With that thought in mind, Jen immediately ran to find the most knowledgeable person in the area, the White Witch.
Why could someone come looking for me this late? Strange. Madame, something terrible has just happened. We better discuss inside my house.
Unexpectedly, Lycan had been following Jen, but he only dared to stand outside the window and eavesdrop.
Calm down and tell me what's going on. Ma'am, tonight's a full moon. I have a date with Zack, but a pack of wolves suddenly appeared and attacked us. This is very strange. Wolf again? It could be. Zack stayed to fight the wolves while I went looking for help. But when I returned, Zack is not there anymore, but a monster instead. Monster? How does it look? Yeah, looks like a big wild wolf. It's not good. Is there anything special around that place? Anything looks like a weird jar? Yes, it was. How do you know? I see. That guy was turned into a monster. How disappointed. Ma'am, I don't understand. Tonight's a full moon. We have only one more day left. Tomorrow morning, you must bring me a silver knife. I have a way to get your Zack back. Really, ma'am? Of course. Remember, it must be a silver knife. Only silver can pierce his thick skin.
That's it. Lycan had heard the whole story. Silver knife? How can a poor girl get a silver knife? She will definitely come to me. I have to go back and prepare some. Thought so, he immediately went home and made up a plan. He prepared 2 silver knives with identical appearance. If a silver knife can stab him, it will be able to kill him. Well done, poor you, Zack. Just like Lycan calculated, the next morning, Jen could only go to his house to borrow a silver knife.
Lycan, can I borrow a silver knife?
I am always willing to help you, but what are you going to do?
The witch knew how to defeat the monster, but she needs a silver knife, so...
I see. Fortunately, I always carry a silver knife with me. Here.
Thank you. You are really good.
Of course, Lycan only showed sympathy so that Jen wouldn't have any doubts. He immediately followed the girl to the witch's house. Soon enough, Jen brought the knife to the witch's house.
All right, listen to me. 2 days ago, I gave a man a jar of Wolf King's blood. The purpose is to lure and deal with wolves because they cause too much harm. But unexpectedly, he tricked me. That liquid will turn you into a monster if you touch it. Who could do that? If Zack has turned into a wolf or a werewolf, then we can also use this Wolf King blood to bring him back here. Werewolves have very good noses. Give me that knife.
Jen gently took the silver knife she received from Lycan and gave it to the witch.
I will take responsibility for indirectly making him a monster.
Under the spell, the silver knife absorbed the magic energy and quickly returned to its original shape.
Stabbing the silver knife into the wolf's heart will kill it. But with my magic, it will turn the werewolf back to a human. Remember, stab the heart.
Indeed, having lost magic energy, she became much weaker and unable to stand. Jen conveniently placed the knife on the windowsill and helped the witch to rest. And it was Jen's carelessness that made the story go further. Just by switching this silver knife, and Jen will end Zack's life for me. That's great! Not long after, 2 of them were able to see the obvious effect. According to the witch's instructions, Jen had to wait for the monster to get very close.
Do it!
As planned, Jen was just waiting for that signal, immediately pulled out the prepared silver knife, rushed to stab the monster in the chest. But there was something strange. Things were not like what they had imagined.
Why is that? Impossible! It had to work!
In agony, Werewolf Zack sought out the person who caused the wound.
Ah!
No, 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 no! It's you who deserves to die, Zack! Contrary to what Lycan thought, the one injured in the end was Jen. He was heartbroken. looking at the knife that had stabbed Zack earlier, having a crazy idea. If Wolfblood can turn him into a monster, then this thing shall have the same ability. Zack, I will end your life with my own hands. However, no one expected that. Zack's body was starting to turn back into a human.
That's right. There is another way. It's the blood of the person they love the most. Fortunately, she missed his heart. Otherwise, there's no cure.
The fun was short-lived. Then another surprise appeared. Lycan was completely transformed into a half-human, half-wolf monster, just like Zack before. Luckily, and in time, the witch saved Zack.
A monster! Zack, save me! You monster! Take this!
The wound that the witch caused, though it healed very quickly, was still enough for him to experience pain. Facing this great threat, Lycan temporarily abandoned everything and rushed into the dark forest. Since then, the legend of werewolves emerged. Some people said that they had seen the shape of a half-man, half-wolf appearing in the forest. Some said that on full moon nights, howling wolves echoed throughout the forest, making everyone who hears tremble in fear. They told the others that if someone needed to go to the forest, you had to bring a silver weapon, because only silver can destroy the monster.